and welcome to the Game Buzz, the weekly podcast here from dealspone.com, where we dive headfirst into the hottest news topics from the past 7 days. I'm Matt Gardner, and I'm joined once again by Carl Phillips.
You do.
And by Jonathan Lester.
Hi there.
And yeah, right, let's start with some news this week, because we had a big awards ceremony. Woo! The BAFTAs have happened, and 3 major titles ran rampant, with The Last of Us securing Best Game, GTA 5 and Tearaway coming out with 3 awards. That's good showing.
Yeah, I mean, the BAFTAs is an important ceremony. It's one of the few, vaguely legitimate award ceremonies that our industry has. We got to support it. And it was nice to see a few minor games get a mention, a few smaller games, sort of getting in there, mixing it up with the big boys. It was nice to see Gone Home in there, for example. That was nice. Papers, Please, well deserved.
Because Papers, Please was up for Best Game.
Yeah, for sure.
That's big.
That was big. That was huge recognition. And Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, that scored fairly well as well. But yeah, otherwise it was dominated by 3 games: The Last of Us, GTA 5, and Tearaway. None of which I have much of a problem with, apart from maybe Grand Theft Auto 5 winning Best British Game, perhaps. So at least it didn't win Best Storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with most of these things.
Yeah.
I find it sort of shruggingly amusing that the game that most resembles a film won Best Game.
It was also a really good game though.
It was a really good film game. It was
a really good game.
It was really good. It was a really good story, good performances. It wouldn't have lost anything by being a film. So I'm not sure why it deserves Best Game. But there we go. That's what Best Gaming Innovation is for. The actual games.
It's not enough agency for you, man.
That's fine.
There's not a Best Agency award.
To be fair, do you know what? I'm not begrudging The Last of Us its award. It's a big blockbuster game.
You really are, though.
Yes, do you know what? Actually, yes, I totally am.
Come on,
God, it's a freaking name. It kind of annoys me. It doesn't annoy me too much, but to be fair, do you know what? I'm not entirely sure what else would have won it that year, apart from the Stanley Parable, which totally should have won it.
Oh yeah, Stanley Parable definitely should have won it.
Which forces us to think about what games are. It subverts the very nature of interaction, which is just, you can't do that in any other medium. That would have been great.
But the Stanley Parable teaches us that there is no real choice in games, so your constant search for it is futile, Matt. So you should accept the filmic quality of games, enjoy them.
No!
Yes!
No! We should be no!
Yeah.
The minute we settle is the minute we stagnate. I just made that up on the spot. That's awesome. No! But, do you know what? I enjoyed The Last of Us. I gave it an 8, which it deserved. And, it was a very not an enjoyable experience. I don't think it's supposed to be necessarily enjoyable in the sort of, yay, I'm enjoying myself, happy kind of way. It was a very engrossing experience. So, in that respect, I can't begrudge it its win too much.
Well, Tearaway did well, though. Tearaway, come on, that's a big shout. I mean, PS Vita game, a Media Molecule one, it was a budget game. It won Artistic Achievement, which, that's great. Really kind of does deserve that.
It did.
It won, Best Handheld Game. That's huge! Best Handheld Game. There were some great handheld games last year, so that was a massive result. And Best Family Game, too, even though it doesn't have any multiplayer at all. But that's fine. That's fine, because it's got the sharing thing, and you can share pictures with your friends and families, and all create little stickers on your. It's great, it's great.
There's one thing I want to bring up, and Carl, I think you're best placed to answer this because you've played the most of it. GTA 5 winning Best Multiplayer.
Ha!
Well, what else was there? I can't remember what was on the list. What else was on the list of Best Multiplayer?
Well, there were World of Tanks, Super Mario 3D World, which probably should have got it. The Last of Us, which we all played and thought was very interesting. Dota 2, actually that could have got it as well. Battlefield 4, thrown in there.
Yeah, well, that was never going to win. I suppose, Dota or yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was Best Multiplayer at all, but I mean, it had the potential to do something big and brave, and yeah. Where are the heists?
Like, obviously, Kung Fu should have won.
Yes.
Or like Payday 2.
Yeah.
Or like
Payday
any number of cracking games.
I can't help but feel that GTA Online is kind of this year's... Not GTA 5 itself, but GTA O is kind of this year's Sim City almost. It's kind of like...
Well... I don't know.
No, I think that's a bit harsh.
It launched with a bunch of features missing and didn't work properly. That's kind of Sim City.
Not really. I mean, the whole thing was broken to begin with. Right. I mean, yes, okay, the servers were broken to begin with, and that the heists were still waiting for the heists, but it still works as a game. You know, it's not as bad as SimCity was in terms that it was just so broken that it should not have been released, and reviewers shouldn't have been given it high scores. You know, we what was there was what we got. They were very front that we wouldn't have heists to begin with. You're
absolutely right, man. The fact is, like, it's only the servers that were broken. Like SimCity, it was freaking everything.
Yeah. But yeah, questionable getting that win for.
Yeah. But also, you know, the Hauser brothers won and the rest of Rockstar as well won the Fellowship Award as well.
They did.
Like, for services to gaming, which is probably fair enough considering the amount they've contributed over the years.
Yeah, I mean, GTA's been a massive mainstay, hasn't it? It's one of the biggest franchises, and Rockstar are continually on point.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I liked seeing it was good to see Gone Home get an award. I thought that was very nice indeed. And a little I liked the fact that the brothers got some recognition.
For sure. Well deserved.
That was definitely sweet. But the thing is, like, in terms of game innovation, like that list, GTA 5, I'm not sure why you're there, but like Tear Away, Papers, Please, Stanley Parable, and Year Walk. Like, it was good to see actually some mobile games get on there. You had Year Walk, Device 6, it was good. The Room 2 as well. That was in Best British Game. So it was good to see some really, really interesting and innovative mobile stuff get on there. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we can be too cross with these awards. I don't think
we should be. I think of all the award ceremonies out there, like the shit steak that is VGX.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be worse than that.
I think you got to just take the win. You got to just support events like this that, you know, treat the subject material with a bit of respect and a bit of decorum, and treat it like an industry rather than a cluster fizzle.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, and I'm not sure you can get worse than VGX.
Well, I mean, the Dill's Pone annual award is usually pretty debauched.
I think if you can watch an awards ceremony and not feel your soul along with Jeff Cayley's being crushed, I think that's a good start. And Dara Breen brought it, as always.
As always.
As he does every year. So yeah, that's the BAFTAs. Woo!
Yes.
BAFTAs, gold faces for games. Yes. Another little PSA. Sony fans, The Last Guardian is still, to quote Worldwide Studios product development head Scott Rode, absolutely in the mix. Yes.
Yeah, but it was absolutely in the mix like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing has changed.
That is presumably
apart from launch platform, I'm guessing. But yeah, I mean, just don't hold your breath. You will suffocate and die.
Refuse to announce what platform it's coming on, who's working on it, and who's still somehow involved. Which I'm not sure what to make of that. It's not optimistic, but you know, he said that he loves that people are still interested in it. That's an honor. They're trying to make the best. We're trying to make the best thing we can out of The Last Guardian, which may be a game and might just be recouping expenses. I don't know. But
I don't care. I'll be super excited. Like, it'll flick on like a light switch. I will go from 0 to super amped for The Last Guardian as soon as they're ready to actually talk about the damn thing properly. Because right now I'm having real trouble caring, to be honest. I just, you know, it's been years. You've toyed with our emotions, Sony. And not in a good way. Not in the good way that The Last Guardian is presumably going to do when that creature dies at the end and the boy cries over it. But then it, like, I don't know, the boy finds an egg or something, it lays an egg, and then he's got a new friend and it's going to grow up. But I don't know, clearly that's going to happen, right?
That sounded a lot like the Molyneux tree.
Obviously that's going to happen. But, like...
John, I think you're missing the whole point. The whole thing of The Last Guardian is that it's like a prequel to Adventure Time.
Amazing. Oh, what? So, like, the dog comes out the egg?
Yeah, and the guy you're playing as is Finn. It's all there. They're just trying to find a way to naturally link the two together.
I'm glad you've been enjoying Adventure Time as well, because we've been sort of forcing you to watch it with, like, matchsticks under your eyes to try and, like, offset some of the Dark Souls 2 syndrome. How is that treating you, buddy? Because you've been in a strange place over these last few days, man. I've seen you kind of like emerging from the office.
I don't want to talk about it.
Going on a little raiding run. Like, there were bonfires, man. You made a bonfire on my desk, dude. I'm serious.
It comforted me. It did better than
naked,
you.
Carl.
Coming over and going, oh, it's okay, everything's going to be fine, Carl. No, the bonfire. Everything's okay with bonfire.
So,
but then you douse the entire office in a sea of poison.
It's part of my process.
How is Dark Souls 2? Tell us of your adventures in Dark Souls 2.
Well, I mean, you can follow the beginnings of my adventures in my wonderful series, Carl vs. Dark Souls 2. But I've played a fair bit of it now, and as of today, as it being launch day, we're recording this on the Friday, the servers are on, so I can actually finally start to see Dark Souls for the complete experience that it should have been.
Woohoo!
Yes, the review will be out fairly soon, but I mean it's just as punishing. I mean, there are some ways that it introduces players into the action a bit better, but for every concession that they've made to make it a bit more accessible, they've just been complete bastards everywhere else. So it's very good, very atmospheric, really good difference in terms of the locations and the use of light and dark and everything else, and a lot more characters this time around in terms of like people you talk to and meet. But I think Dark Souls fans will love it. People who didn't like Dark Souls will, well, they'll know within the first half an hour whether they can manage it or not. If they can't stomach what I refer to as Newbie Canyon, then they just no.
Is it a good entry point for the series? Like, do you think people should play Demons and Dark Souls before they play Dark Souls 2, or
no,
can newcomers just jump straight in and die?
Oh yeah, jump in straight in, because it's not a continuation in the purest of forms. It's set well, from what I understand, a long time after Dark Souls ends, so you don't actually know which ending was chosen, because there's two at the end of Dark Souls. It's on a different continent, different characters. Only sort of like items pretty much remain the same, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanted to, you could just jump in on Dark Souls 2 and start from there. And I think in a way that's probably better, because the controls feel a little slicker this time around. It looks better, but it still has the annoying little sort of like foibles of, sort of like bosses somehow hitting you when you think they won't, and not hitting you when they should, and things like that. But it's on the whole, it's still just Dark Souls. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. But you will be able to read all about it when the review does hit.
I'm gonna have to try it.
It's worth it. I mean,
I'm gonna have to.
The one thing that I haven't seen yet, well, obviously now the servers are on, is that you can actually go and help people. So if you place down like a signature, like you could in Dark Souls 1, you can go and be summoned in to help someone else, and you can have up to 4 people basically fighting a boss. I mean, it does scale, but I mean, it means that you can, in theory, do very limited co-op, which I think is an interesting route to take.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Of course, you could still also be invaded by 3 people and be murdered. Yeah, I have yet to be murdered by anyone just yet. I'm waiting for that wonderful moment to happen. Yeah, Dark Souls 2. Go watch me die. Again and again. And do not get rid of the bonfire this time, John.
Look, it was actually starting to interfere with my work, dude. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I can barely see Titanfall over the top of it. I mean, I'm not even kidding. That's why I haven't been able to extract. I've just realised because of your bonfire. Yes.
That's not why.
If anything, that was a beacon to help you find your way. It's like
beacon of hope.
Yeah. It's like, John, I liked it for you.
I liked it for you. It'll attract the dropship.
Yeah. And you say I don't help. That I'm helping all the time with my bonfire.
Like,
no one can help John extract.
Second degree burns, man. I'm just saying. I managed to extract in that game. I put it in the video review as the very last moment.
It is. I love that. I love that.
So great.
I mean, put it in. I don't think it was fair that every time you did miss the dropship, I would come up behind you and go, "You died." Just to make you feel my pain.
Stop it. Are you prepared to die? It's like, I feel it, Carl. Let's watch Adventure Time together.
Yeah.
Yes. Restore my faith in humanity. But yeah, look, I've been playing Titanfall this week. Matt, you've been playing Titanfall this week. Everyone has been playing Titanfall this week.
Apart from me.
Apart from you guys. Because everyone, I mean, let's face it, everyone's been doing the whole VPN thing and like spoofing Origin and stuff. Everyone's been doing that, obviously. Yeah. So, I mean, apart from Xbox One owners, I'm guessing. But, like, Titanfall's out. And it's really good.
It is really good.
It's really, really good. It's just really, really fun. It's just super great. And also, I can extract now. I've learned how to extract now. Mainly because I swapped my mouse and keyboard for an Xbox 360 controller when playing the PC version. And I just find... I wrote an article about this. I don't know how you feel about this, Matt, but I find it just so much more natural. The parkour's like any like regular platformer when you're jumping around. Feels great in a controller. You know, I've had years of practice at games like that. The shooting, everything is built around a controller. You know, it's a console game. It feels great on mouse keyboard, don't get me wrong, but seriously, pro tip, guys, just try it on a controller and see what you think. It's not the disadvantage you think it is.
Yeah, because I was a skeptic. Because it flies against conventional logic, right? Mouse and keyboard, mouse super awesomely sensitive.
There have actually been studies done on this. Like, mouse keyboard almost always wins, hands down, in a PC game.
But that's the thing, Titanfall is not a PC game.
Nope.
Not in the way that Battlefield 4 is a PC game. Because as soon as I put that controller in my hands, all the guns made more sense. My KD was suddenly immeasurably better. And although like it's taken a couple of games to kind of reacclimatize myself to traversal on two sticks rather than with the keyboard and mouse, and I do find that I have more awareness with the mouse because the sensitivity is much higher. I guess.
Oh, dude, just
swing around an awful lot.
Just pump it up to maximum sensitivity, dude.
But I tried it out yesterday on controller, and I was actually kind of like amazed at how I was like, I'm not this good. What?
I know, right? And I can actually extract. Like, one version of it, I was playing with the Xbox One controller. I was like, I'm extracting all the time. I can actually do it. But you know, I've got some amazing Titan fails there online. You can enjoy those. Matt, I'm so glad you recorded that last one as well. I mean, that really wasn't the most spectacular one I've ever done, but I'm surprised you didn't put up the one where, just for fun, I thought I'd try and find out if you could jump onto an enemy dropship.
Oh, spoilers, dude! That's coming.
And ended up falling through the enemy dropship and into the abyss.
That's coming. along with the sort of kill all the pilots win we did, where we just go what. I think I wanted in there went nuclear, and you ended up just sort of shooting the dropship, and we finished it off with a rocket, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we put on a clinic when we played Titanfall. Man.
Sometimes.
We put on a freaking clinic.
Sometimes.
What? Oh goddamn! Like, not when playing Capture the Flag, but at all other times. Yeah.
There are a few caveats though. I mean, you mentioned in the review, it's gone live. You can check it out on the site.
Do it now.
Mentioned the value stuff.
Yeah.
Value stuff.
This was something I was a little bit concerned about before launch, and the fact remains that if you buy it at full price, and I don't know why you would, because we've spent we've been posting Titanfall deals. Hot UK Deals has been on this for months now. It's been posting really competitive deals for Titanfall. But if you buy it at full price, the value is questionable. 15 maps, good. You know, that's good. But there really aren't enough game types, first of all, really, for that sort of money. I mean, Halo 2 had more game types than that, and more unique game types than that. You know, that game came out like best part of a decade ago, just saying. The single player campaign is flimsy, it's paper thin, it's fun because Titanfall is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also pretty awkward, poorly implemented. There's some real lore in there, you know? They've really fleshed out, they've created a really interesting universe, but they don't want to let us into it in any meaningful way. Though there is some great environmental storytelling. It's all there in the review. But yeah, if you're the kind of gamer who craves like single player and like sort of co-op, or like that sort of narrative, you're there, you want to be drawn in by a story, you know, just Titanfall's not for you. It's not going to be good value for you. You're not going to enjoy it. Well, you will enjoy it because it's awesome, and you can back a mechs and shoot it in the brain case. I mean,
that's the thing. You just described me, and I love Titanfall.
Yeah, but you know, you've got to go in knowing that it's a multiplayer-only game. The AI is amazing. It's amazing. I'm sick and tired of people bad-mouthing it, and also I have an apology to make too. Carl, man. Yeah. So it turns out you can get killed by specters. And I'm really sorry for like belittling you.
The worm has turned.
Matt and I both
now you're as dead as me.
Matt and I both got taken down by a spectre in the space of like 30 seconds.
You died.
In one of our campaign playthroughs. We died. Spectres did it. So I'm sorry for
sneaky.
belittling you, dude.
It was spectacular.
They're very good at getting that last hit. When you've just so you've been in a fight with a pilot, and then all of a sudden you turn around and bam, you're dead. And then you're back at the bonfire and everything's fine. And
triangular little guys.
Mine was like that bit in Star Wars. You know when Han and Chewie are running away, and they run straight into an army of stormtroopers on the Death Star. That was basically me running away from a pilot, ran into like just this drop team of about 10 spectres. And I was like, oh god.
The thing is, mine was just, I'm glad I weren't recording from my perspective, because I literally came up against 2 spectres. I was slightly injured, and I was like, I'm going to kick these guys. Went up and kicked the first one. The other one just like, I don't know, man. He's like Terminator, like punched through my chest and like wrecked me up. Like, what? It's just the guy. It's like, as the screen blacks out, it's like, this is for Carl. You've been chatting shit about us, man. We're fucking badass. You gotta tell everyone, man. We could kill players. We kill players hard, man.
It wouldn't surprise me if they boosted up the damage of those guys just a little bit, just to
just to spite me.
Yeah. Only for you though. It's only for you.
But you know what though? I mean, look, okay, Titanfall, really good game. There are caveats, definitely. Also, the lobby waiting times are ridiculous. Put in map voting, put in a ready button, and actually then that'll be fine. Do those 2 things. And then everything will be awesome.
Yeah, but put in standard things for other multiplayer shooters, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, just because you're reinventing just because you're attempting a fresh take, Respawn, doesn't mean you can ignore these wonderful things we've had for forever. Like
it doesn't. And you know what? I mean, I agonised over the score. I put this in the review. I was like flip-flopping between an 8 and a 9, like in terms of our review criteria. But the thing is, I know that it does lack several things. Like you can't create like 12-player custom sessions yet either. They're adding that, but you can't do that at launch. That sucks. I'm annoyed about these things, but the bigger part of me really doesn't give a damn, and also really wants to play it right now.
Yeah.
Like immediately right now, like now, can we just go and play this thing? Although I've got to say though, not the only game to come out this week, not the biggest game to come out this week, because of course Yoshi's New Island has come out.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, it's good to see Nintendo just saying, so we've got this game. When are we going to release it? Oh, hey, why don't we release it on the same day as 2 massive, big, fat, juicy, awesome, like highly anticipated games? Because that worked so well for like Super Mario 3D World, didn't it?
Yeah. Yay! Good to see Nintendo learning from their mistakes.
Well, I mean, in fairness, you know, that's not the only one coming out this week, well, today. I mean, we've both got two really strong franchises making a return. Darksiders and Red Faction, both their collections coming out today. I mean, I think we'll see strong sales.
Oh man, Red Faction, the IP set, man. The IP that just should never have been.
Oh, Red Faction.
I gotta tell
Nordic, really, today of all days.
Could have been so good.
Apart from Armageddon, was it Red Faction Armageddon?
Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean the last one. The one before last, Insurrection, Guerrilla.
Oh, Guerrilla. Yes. Yeah.
Guerrilla. That was good. That was a good one.
Well, it was all right.
No, it was good. It was a good little open world game. That one. Solid. No crackdown, but solid. Fun. You got to like wreck stuff up with a massive hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of what you want in a Red Faction game. Why are we talking about Red Faction, man? I mean,
I don't know. I have no idea. One final thing on the Titanfall front. We should give a bit of a shout out for our little game night next week, because we are going to be playing Titanfall between the hours of 5 and 7, 7 and 9, somewhere around then.
Sometime.
Quite possibly from 5 all the way through to 9, because oh man.
Actually, that'd be pretty good.
I cannot stop playing that thing. So yeah, we'll throw up a little post on site. It might be live by the time you're listening to this. Do come find us, kill us up a treat.
Hunt us down.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be good.
And laugh as John may or may not fail to extract.
I was going to say, and also remind me to use my Titan.
Yes, well. remind us to use our Titans. We always forget, man. That's the thing. Being a pilot is so much fun.
It really is.
It's really good.
It's really good. Although I'll tell you what I do find interesting though. They're not releasing it in South Africa because they claim that the internet's not good enough. But clearly they've just the game is District 9, the game. Right?
Yeah.
All the characters are South African. I just find that interesting that it's not releasing in that country at all. Do you find that interesting? I find that interesting myself. Anyway, just a little interesting factoid for you there.
Perhaps it's a bit too real. Perhaps what we don't know
is
that there are giant titans just
that's
oh good God,
right there. That's all happening.
And they don't want people to make it think that it's all fun and games. It's not. Titans are serious business.
Oh God! No, don't take the fun away, please.
Carl's been playing a lot of Dark Souls 2, man. I mean, he's like a black hole of like traditional fun. No need traditional fun.
Back to the bonfire.
Dark Souls 2 fun. No more bonfire.
No more bonfires.
No bonfire.
Right.
No bonfire.
Very quickly before we go, winners and losers of the week. Losers of the week. I think it's going to have to be. Well, it's kind of a mixed one, but I think maybe Witcher fans.
Well, I don't know,
but it's more of a disappointed thing, because I want to play that game.
Thing is, I mean, The Witcher 3 has been delayed into next year. That's a shame. On the other hand, I'm 100% behind CD Projekt.
Yes,
I like seeing developers literally standing up to their shareholders in an open letter and being polite but firm and saying we are going to take more time to guarantee that this game is going to be great. And do you know what? I can actually wait. I'm not going to lie as well. I got halfway through The Witcher 2, then got sidetracked by a load of games I had to review. A month passed and I just couldn't get back into it. So I'm going to have to restart the game again anyway.
Yeah, oh man, definitely put aside time for at least 2 playthroughs.
Yeah, for sure. I want to do it. It's just work on it in a way.
I think The Last of Us probably won the week.
As best game awards go, yes.
Best game awards, yeah, and don't get me wrong, the Hauser Brothers as well, Fellowship Award, that's really good.
Gaming won awards.
Won this week.
Yeah, the industry won this week.
Massive, awesome. Actually, you know what? All gamers won this week because if you want to blow off some steam and have some awesome fun, you got Titanfall there. You got robots raining from the sky. You leaping over rooftops and stuff. It's amazing. It's casual. It's accessible. It's as hardcore as you want it to be. But if you want a stiff challenge, in the blue corner, we have Dark Souls 2. You can get involved in that. You can die and die again. You can use your own brain power and reflexes to overcome all these amazing challenges and feel awesome and satisfied when you pull it off. We hardly ever get weeks of gaming like this.
This is a big week.
What an amazing week for gamers. What a brilliant week, right?
Yeah, don't go outside this weekend. There's no reason to.
Yeah, and 3DS owners, man. I mean, you've got you lose the week. We've all lost this week, 3DS owners. But even so, yeah, Titanfall. Kick it.
Yeah, it's a good week. As Matt says, don't go outside. Just set up a little bonfire. And,
oh, bonfire!
Stop with the bonfires!
Oh, wait. Yeah, if you must bonfire, do it outside unless you're in the Greater London area. No bonfire there. No bonfire there.
No, people will get confused and then Croydon will be on fire and that'd be bad. Yeah.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad.
No bonfires.
Yeah. And on that note, Deal's phone public safety warning of the week. It's time to end. Thank you so much for listening. Do hit subscribe and do be sure to check out both Carl's Dark Souls 2 video series and mine and John's Titanfall series. They are well underway by the time you're listening to this. So yeah, do give them blah, 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 blah. Do give them both blah, 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 blah. Do give them both a watch. We will catch you next time for some more trolling through the week's news. But until then,
more trolling through the week's news. Damn right.
Oh.
But until then, bye bye.
Bye.